Parliament must seriously address law and order in the country before talking about investment and other issues. This is the remarks made in Parliament by MP for Chuave, James Nomane, in support of the statement presented by the Minister for Internal Security, Peter Tsiamalili Jr., on the floor of Parliament recently. Mr. Nomane called on the minister to get his department in order and address the law and order seriously.
Now, to put things in perspective, a white paper, when we engage professionals, it should take no longer than 4 to 6 weeks to have a white paper on internal security drafted for leaders of parliament to debate on. 4 to 6 weeks. Why has the good minister waited for 1 year in the ministry to say that now we need to start drafting a white paper? What's he been doing in the last 12 months? So, with that in mind, I seriously encourage the good internal security minister to get his house in order and make sure that this white paper, it's done and done expeditiously so that there's clear direction for the RPNGC and we can start moving in the right direction for law and order in the country.
He says police welfare and other needs must be addressed by the government. Mr. Nomane also calls for devolving the powers of the police to the provinces so they can be engaged in addressing the law and order effectively.
We have a real capacity issue. I want to know what's the strategy, what's the plan to not only increase the people in uniform, the men and women in uniform, which I absolutely salute, but about the assets, about the dilapidated buildings, about the housing, about police insurance, the equipment, the weapons, the uniforms, and the list goes on. What are we going to do about the culture? The good governor just made reference to the fact that we men and women in uniform don't respect the uniform. They're chewing betel nut, they're drinking beer, they're smoking. So what's the overall strategy to address the culture within the RPNGC? So we become the envy of the Pacific.
Freddie Mo, TV1 News.